video.
Yeah. Exciting, huh?
Yeah.
Great adventure. Irvin? There is a terrible landslide and the road caved in where the truck needs to pass. So let me just show it to you here. We are about to construct a bridge. We're about to construct a bridge, and you know, it is raining. Wow, this is some dangerous stuff here.
Hi, what's going on, everyone? I just decided to let me make a video about life in Grenada. I think I'll just start a vlog series or something like that. So today is July 22nd, 2013.
Oh, man.
Yo.
Time flies quite fast. I've been in Grenada for about 3 years now, and I mean the place is really, really nice. At first I didn't think I was gonna like it, but definitely a nice place. Just look. As you can see, well, I'm working on a couple of stuff now, doing some videos for people. Business, that's really what it is. I'm supposed to be leaving Grenada in about 2 weeks. Very soon I'm supposed to be leaving. I have not left Grenada since I came. It's the longest I've been any place without leaving. When I was other places, I would leave at least every 2 years. I would go somewhere. I lived in Asia, America. Well, America is where I'm from. I was born there. My family from Grenada. So I'm not really out of the place per se. I have family everywhere. So I'll be going down the road later, and I'll be making some videos down there. So just stay tuned and keep enjoying.
I seen this man lay down his life break by break out there, dog. I'm talking about
From where? You got
from Alabama, dude. I'm talking about we had school food. Ain't no such thing as fancy protein. We could barely afford to go off campus, dog, and get pizza. I'm talking about school food, playground pull-ups, and 6 a.m. workouts,
Yes.
dog. Every single morning.
Every
Only
day.
today before I was, yo. I'm
Every
talking about
freaking
pull-ups,
day.
push-ups, dips, weights, every single day, son.
And at that time, I was killing myself with trying to do a 45-pound plate, bro.
Exactly.
Trying to do dips with a and a pull-up.
School food. School food. Nothing else but school food, dog.
I'm like, yo, y'all
don't know, son. Y'all don't know, yo. I'm talking about, now I see the whole thing about when people don't see you beforehand, they don't understand the hard work you went through. But the fact that everyone had witnesses behind that, son,
Yo,
I've seen this man,
facts.
son. Only reason, dog.
Facts.
So that's the only reason I laugh at it now. Like, people
3, 2, 1, go.
What's going on, elite team, journalist family? Today I'm talking about something I think I talked about once, maybe a while ago, but Irvin, how did you start your calisthenics journey? How did you get to the point where you are right now? Whew, how did Irvin go from a skinny boy to a beastly man? Just joking, I'm not a man, I'm a beast, just a beast. I'm not human anymore. But how did that transition take place? Where did it begin? So firstly, I grew up in Asia, right? I was born in Boston, start from the very beginning. I was born in Boston, stayed in Boston for about 3 years, and I moved to Poughkeepsie, upstate New York. I stayed there for about 4 years, and I moved to Guam, which is in the Pacific. It is in Asia. I grew up in the Pacific Islands, traveling all around Asia, Philippines, Japan, Marshall Islands, the tiny islands, Micronesian islands, all across the Pacific. That was my life, you know, so I spent about almost a decade over there living life, growing up, having an actual childhood. Man, I feel sorry for people who grew up just being in the city, man, and never traveling outside. Before I'm like, why is my family bringing me around so much? This sucks. And then as I'm older now, I'm like, wow, I am super fortunate. So that is how my journey began. But let's talk about the fitness, right? So I've always been active. I've always been, my dad was in the military. He kind of instilled that type of discipline in us from a young age. We would be in Poughkeepsie climbing across the monkey bars. So always been into fitness, always been into calisthenics. Matter of fact, let's ask my dad right now. Dad. Yeah, so where did it start? Exactly. How did that journey, how did the fitness, and then it will translate into us eventually, well, me and Kyron. But tell him, how did you get into, you're 62 by the way, today is?
I'm 62 today.
62, well yesterday.
Well, yesterday.
But today.
Well, I'm 62, 62, one day after 62.
You're still 62?
Yeah.
62, when did it start?
Well, it started years ago as a little boy on the beautiful island of Grenada called the Isle of Spice. And we used to go to the river, we used to lift those river stones and throw them, and we thought we were strong. And we would do that. It's open. And so, then not only that, during the New Jewel movement with the Prime Minister who died, that was Morris Bishop.
Yeah, y'all probably, if you guys gotta do a little research for that part right there.
Morris Bishop. And they used to take us younger boys and go training. So we used to run the beach years ago. And so, but sadly Morris Bishop, was assassinated. And so I go way back. But I came to America, and I used to lift weights or exercise. This gentleman called Llewellyn. His last name was Llewellyn, what's his name? But anyhow, we used to go to his house and lift the little weights and all of those things, do our squats and all of those things. Then I went into the army right after that. And in the military, every morning we would have PT, physical training, and we would do jumping jacks and we would do all of that stuff,
We're recording a video for YouTube.
I did unlock it.
This is my mom, by the way. YouTube, how old are you? Tell him.
I'm 60.
60. 60. Do 5 push-ups right now. Oh, she's doing jumping jacks. Yo, we lit. You been vegan for how long, you said?
Many years.
Okay, many years.
Many years she's been a vegan. And every now and then I'm a vegan vegetarian. But once in a while I may eat a little fish.
But chicken, what about chicken?
No chicken. I have not eaten chicken since 1978.
No, okay.
I haven't eaten chicken since 1978. Beef, no eggs. I haven't eaten eggs in about 30 years.
I don't think they make any of those animals the same since 1978.
No cheese. Well, I may in a little, but we don't buy it. We don't use it. We don't anything of the sort. And no soda. No soda. Yeah, no carbonated water at all.
Okay.
And all of that good stuff.
Yeah. So.
Yep. I don't even drink with my meal.
Don't even drink with his meal.
If you notice, I didn't drink anything
and
tonight.
What do you say that has affected you adversely?
Yes, because
no, I'm saying not drinking with your meal.
Not drinking with my meal. It helped in my digestion. I have hardly any stomach issue or problems and stuff because of the way I eat, and I don't eat between meals.
Don't eat between meals?
At all.
What does that mean?
That means after I would have had my breakfast in the morning, the nice, healthy, strong breakfast, I eat nothing again, no snacks, until my next meal. Matter of fact, I've been eating 2 meals a day.
2 meals a day?
2 meals a day, yeah. and I still feel good and healthy and strong, 2 meals a day, and I don't eat right before I go to bed. You know,
What is right before,
there
like-
are exceptions like tonight, but I'm not going to bed immediately. But at least 4 hours before I go to bed, my last meal. 4 hours, sometimes 5, because I like to go to sleep with a nice empty stomach, because the body does not need the energy while it is sleeping. The body is cleansing itself, is processing. You don't want all of that food on the stomach. You see, and you get up in the morning and you feel good. You drink your hot water. Every morning I drink my hot water. Every morning. And sometimes I drink the second cup of water, a glass of water, I put lemon in it. Sometimes a little garlic, a little onion.
Yep, that's where I got it from, the garlic and onion right there.
Garlic and the onion.
Natural antibiotic,
Yes.
boost the immune system, give you energy.
Yeah,
What else?
yeah.
What else?
And so in the army, really, push-ups and all of that stuff, and squats and jumping jacks and T-bone. You heard of T-bone?
Don't think so. I don't think.
No, T-bone is where you get on the back of your arm and you extend your legs and you open your legs is like this. T-bone. T-bone is like this. You go 1, 2, 3.
I've never seen that before. Well, facts. Anytime, anywhere, body weight, baby. We out here.
That's a T-bone.
Never seen that before.
Develops this.
Triceps, core.
When you do that, and your stomach, all of that stuff.
Oh, hey.
It is bad, really.
Bad good.
Bad good. And if you are not accustomed to it, woo,
It's gonna burn you out.
it's gonna burn you out. Yeah.
All right, yeah, man.
Hey.
Hey, you guys, you're gonna see more. You're gonna be doing some workout stuff. You're gonna be getting active, as you can see. Health is wealth.
62.
62. How you feel? You feel 62? I don't know what a 62-year-old feels like, but
I feel like 26.
hey, here we go.
26.
I'm 25. And so we're gonna take it back to you, Irvin, at the desk. Boom. So yeah, as you hear it from him. That is how it went down. That's like his little story right there. You're gonna be seeing more of him for sure here on YouTube. He is his birthday's the 21st of February. Wow, look at that. So yeah, that was the journey, the beginning of the journey. And I did martial arts while I was on Guam as well. Did jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai. And so that was my background growing up being fit. Now, I really got serious in calisthenics when I moved back. Well, this story is crazy. It's crazy, right? So even before that, I moved back to New York from Guam at 15, and I stayed here for 10 months, only 10 months. So I stayed in Brooklyn for 10 months. I was too young to go to the gym, so I started looking at YouTube videos and doing videos online, learning calisthenics, doing like basic push-up routines. So that was like my introduction. I couldn't lift weights because I was too young. Even on Guam, I wasn't lifting weights, couldn't have a gym membership. So doing the calisthenic stuff with the martial arts, that was the background. Now moving on, I was doing that for about like the 10 months I was here. Then when I got to Grenada, I lived in Grenada for 3 years. I got to Grenada, still too young to have a gym membership. So being in the Caribbean, if you know anything about the Caribbean, working in the land and being outside, being outdoors, cutting grass and things, you American people don't know about that stuff, man. Lazy people, lazy Americans. I am an American citizen, but hey, I don't have that work ethic of being lazy, right? So yeah, being out there doing labor, being out in the garden, picking fruits, climbing the tree, that was my activity. I wasn't doing any type of working out. But why do you think when you see a lot of Caribbean people and you shake their hand, they're naturally strong? My grandfather, he's 90-something. He's been doing that for as long as I've known him, as long as my mom and them have been alive. He's been doing that. So where did I start my calisthenics journey? So after, right 1 year before I left Grenada, I was 18. I began lifting weights. So for 1 year, and like I showed in that previous video, I had like flywheels and all that stuff. It wasn't actual weights, it was kind of makeshift stuff, and that's where I kind of started, just lifting things up and putting it down. So from there, I moved to Alabama, where I started going to school, Huntsville, Oakwood, and while I was down there, I started getting more into the calisthenics thing. I was still kind of dabbling in some weightlifting, but not so much as the calisthenics thing, because now I actually had a pull-up bar. I could actually focus on that stuff. That is when I saw a human flag on YouTube. I believe, yeah, YouTube, and I'm like, that's not real. No one could hold their body out like that. That's computer edited, or they have like a string or something, and that's where like the love of calisthenics was born. Now I started a Instagram page called To The Flag to document my human flag journey, and as I was going through that, I started like pushing the limit for other things. I couldn't do a muscle up, couldn't do barely any strict pull-ups, probably like 7 or 8 strict pull-ups. Wasn't working legs at all. Oh man, toothpick boy. Wasn't working legs at all. And yeah, the only thing I was practicing was the human flag. So believe it or not, the first move I ever got before like even being able to do strict regular repetitions of exercise like pull-ups and push-ups and blah blah blah, I was doing a human flag. Yeah. And after I moved here to New York, that is when I learned what extreme calisthenics was. So I walked into the park thinking, man, I'm the best guy out here. Ain't nobody stronger than me. I walked in that park, I saw some girls working out with some dudes. They call themselves the Barbarians, right? I'm like, I'm about to take these girls from all these dudes, all of them, all those girls. I'm gonna walk in the park, they're gonna leave with me. That was the intention. But little did I know, that day, those workouts were gonna leave me sweating like a sinner at the altar. That is what happened actually. So yeah, walked into the park and I'm like, what in the world is this? These guys are going up over the bar. What kind of pull-ups are these? I was hating, I'm not gonna lie. I attempted to do it and I embarrassed myself. I definitely did. So I made it my mission from that day on to train. So when I do walk into the park and I see girls with guys, they will leave with me. I will give you a little spoiler that up to now, I'm a beast now and it still hasn't happened, so don't waste your time if that's what the mission is. But anyway, that first day I went to work out with the Barbarians, they're like, hey man, get down and do this routine. Let me tell you, after that day, I literally avoided, like if I saw them in the distance, if I saw like silhouettes of them, I would take the longest way home. It could be raining, it could be hot as hell, I would take the long way home. I'm like, I am not crossing these guys, man. And that's what I was doing for about I mean, I was incapable of extending and bending my arm for about a month after that. So I had to stay away. If I kept going back, I would lose my arms. So I started training with the Barbarians. That was like my introduction to real raw calisthenics. What is calisthenics? That's what calisthenics was. Like I thought doing like 10 push-ups, 5 sets, oh yeah, this is extreme, I'm about to take people's girls. Anyway, enough about the reminiscing. So through that journey, like I started to level up like crazy, just doing basic reps and sets, pull-ups, push-ups, dips, squats, like those basic things. And then like anytime I would walk into the park, especially during summertime, or walk on the beach, I realized I was becoming a feast for the eyes. Girls would be like, yo, Irv. Now, I'm not trying to make this about girls, you know. I'm just keeping it real with y'all, right? This is what like kind of happens. This is why kind of people start to work out. I'm not gonna lie. I used to be skinny. Crazy story. I'm not gonna tell this whole story, but like the girl I'm dating now, right? She met me when I was skinny. She's gonna deny this, right? And she dubbed me. She was like, hey, no. She says it's not because I was skinny, but I know it was. So from that day on, that was in 2009, I vouched that I am going to get buff. And now she's my girl. But anyway, that is neither here nor there. Let's continue with the story. How did I become a beast, right? On a serious note, it's like understanding what you want to achieve. What is it that I want to achieve? I wanted to get stronger, right? And I should go back a little bit more. I should say when I was a sophomore in high school, right? I got very sick. I got a staph infection. I talked about this in a previous video not too long ago with Gumby. I got sick and I got staph infection. If you know anything about staph, it is very, very, very severe. And I had like holes that you could put quarters in under my arms, on my legs, all that stuff, and it was like rotting flesh oozing out. And that's when I realized how important healthy living is. Holistic wellness, not just working out and whatnot, but holistic wellness. Making sure you're eating, sleeping, supplementing yourself with these natural remedies, making sure micronutrient foods are a part of your diet. So like I said, now you understand that the bonus, looking good and being strong, that's a bonus, but the main thing is making sure your health and fitness and wellness is intact, right? So I had to add that in there because it's just what I believe in, and you shouldn't forfeit the longevity and you know, your health for anything whatsoever. Not how you look. People like, Irvin, you're on steroids. Look, the crazy part is I gotta address that. If you think, I want you to pay attention to that word, think. If you think that I care about your opinion whatsoever, you'd be absolutely right. But that would be if you were thinking. But I know you can't be thinking because no properly functioning mind would think that I actually care about your opinion. The fact that I gave that much attention right now to say that, I'm actually baffled. But let's continue. Now, quite frankly, the journey to becoming like an elite level calisthenics athlete, the bottom line, it's gonna have more ups and downs than an adult film, right? You know what I'm talking about? It's there's no linear line. It's up, down, bouncing all over the place. You're gonna get injured. You're gonna feel like you can't do it. You're gonna be demotivated. You might even get depressed sometimes, especially if you're facing an injury and you're like, wow, I've been training so hard just for everything to go down the drain. It happens, man, and that's why, like I said, understanding what the goal is so important. If you know why you're doing it, it's for the longevity, for the health, for the wellness, you're not gonna stop. That's just the truth. So identify why you're doing it, and every time you feel like, you know, those roadblocks are coming, understand why. Like, remind yourself of why you're actually doing it.
Three, 2, 1, go.